The moment Taehyung opened his mouth at the TIRTIR event, Jungkook's entire expression changed. And trust me, nobody was ready for what happened next. The TIRTIR event was supposed to be calm, polished, and perfectly orchestrated. Fans waited outside the venue for hours, hoping to catch even a glimpse of Taehyung. Inside, cameras were already rolling, staff whispered to each other, and everyone felt it. Something unusual was about to happen, but no one, not even the most dedicated army, could predict the moment that would soon break the internet. Behind the stage, Taehyung adjusted his jacket, took a deep breath, and looked strangely focused, as if he had already decided to say something he shouldn't. When Taehyung appeared, the room shifted instantly. The cheers weren't just loud, they vibrated through the floor. He waved, smiled, and greeted the audience as usual, but there was something different in his eyes. He wasn't just attending another brand event. He looked like a man carrying a message. Jungkook, watching from behind the scenes, seemed relaxed at first. But the moment Taehyung held the mic a little tighter, that's when everything started. Taehyung was answering casual questions from the host when he paused. A long, heavy silence filled the room. Everyone leaned in. Cameras zoomed. Staff glanced at each other. Then Taehyung said it, a sentence no one saw coming, a line that instantly changed the entire atmosphere. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. But it was personal. Too personal, and it was exactly why Jungkook froze the moment he heard it. Backstage footage shows Jungkook standing still like he'd been hit by lightning. His smile vanished. His eyes widened. It wasn't anger. It wasn't confusion. It was something deeper, recognition. As if he knew exactly what Taehyung meant, and why he said it right there, in front of everyone. Fans noticed the tiny changes, the way Jungkook swallowed, the way he stepped forward slightly, the way his hand tightened on his jacket. Every frame went viral within minutes. For a moment, the audience didn't even cheer, they were frozen. Then suddenly, like a wave, screams erupted, phones shot into the air, and social media exploded. People typed frantically, trying to decode Taehyung's words. Fan accounts posted slowed-down clips, enhanced audio, lip readings, translations, anything to figure out what had just happened. The hashtag trended globally within seconds. Staff members later admitted they had no idea Taehyung would say anything like that. One coordinator whispered, "He didn't rehearse that line, we didn't even know he planned to talk about it." Another said Jungkook immediately asked something off camera, his face deadly serious. This was no coincidence, this was a moment months in the making. Fans started pulling up past interviews, livestream clips, airport videos, anything that might explain Taehyung's sudden statement. Moments that once seemed unrelated suddenly formed a pattern. Old glances, hidden smiles, mysterious timing, and every clue pointed to one thing. Taehyung wasn't just speaking to the audience. He was speaking directly to Jungkook. Analysts and longtime fans agree, Taehyung's statement wasn't accidental. It was deliberate, a subtle message disguised as a casual comment. And Jungkook's reaction, proof that whatever Taehyung said carried weight, something only the two of them truly understood. Minutes after the event, clips began dominating TikTok, Instagram, and X. Headlines appeared everywhere. Taehyung drops a bombshell at TIRTIR. Fans shocked by Jungkook's frozen reaction. What did Taehyung really mean? People rewatched the moment thousands of times, trying to determine if it was staged or real. By the end of the night, the event was no longer about TIRTIR. It became one of the most talked about interactions between Taehyung and Jungkook in months. A single sentence from Taehyung had shifted the entire narrative, and Jungkook's frozen reaction, it turned the moment into legend, a moment fans would analyze, debate, and replay for years, because no one knew what it truly meant, except the two people at the center of it. Right after Taehyung stepped off the stage, staff members noticed Jungkook moving quickly toward the hallway, not running, but walking with purpose. Witnesses described it as too calm to be calm. Taehyung was still holding his mic card when Jungkook reached him. Their eyes met, a split-second glance, but the tension was unmistakable. People held their breath. And no one dared to interrupt, because whatever Taehyung had said on stage, Jungkook wanted answers. The two were escorted to a quieter waiting room. Only a few staff members stood outside, pretending to check their clipboards while secretly trying to catch words through the door. But the room was too soundproof. Only muffled tones escaped. A laugh, a sigh, a raised voice, nobody could tell. And that's exactly why the moment became even more legendary, because silence is sometimes more powerful than noise. The stylist who entered the room briefly later said, "The energy was heavy." Not bad, just intense. Taehyung was sitting with his hands clasped, his legs bouncing slightly, a rare nervous habit. Jungkook stood, arms crossed, then uncrossed, then crossed again. He wasn't angry. He was conflicted, and the way he looked at Taehyung, like he was trying to read a hidden meaning, said everything fans needed to know. By the time the event ended, rumors were already spreading through the corridors. Did you hear what Taehyung said? Why did Jungkook look so shocked? Do you think it was planned? Some believed Taehyung broke script on purpose, some thought Jungkook wasn't supposed to be there at all, some whispered that TIRTIR executives were concerned about the unexpected virality, but one thing was certain, nothing about the moment was ordinary. Online, the fandom divided instantly. Camp 1, the decoders, those who slowed down every frame, enhancing audio, searching for hidden meanings in Taehyung's tone, and analyzing Jungkook's micro-reactions. Camp 2, the protectors, fans who insisted the moment was private, personal, and not meant for interpretation. They asked others to stop spreading theories, but the internet doesn't pause, it doesn't sleep, and this moment was too explosive to be contained. Korean outlets wrote cautious headlines, Japanese media uploaded translations, Western tabloids went full clickbait. Before midnight, the moment trended in over 45 countries. Reporters reached out to HYBE for comments, and received nothing but silence. A silence that felt louder than any statement. Clips of Taehyung on stage hit millions of views, not because of what he said, but because of the way he said it, his tone, his smile, the slight tremor in his voice, the way he paused right before speaking, as if debating whether to hold back or let it all out, and Jungkook's frozen expression, a reaction that people dissected like a scene from a movie. More fan-taken videos surfaced, angles from the left side of the audience, from behind the stage, from the balcony. Each clip revealed something new, a different facial expression. A different angle of Taehyung's smile. A sharper, clearer shot of Jungkook in the background. One clip, filmed secretly from a staff member's phone, showed the exact moment Jungkook's head snapped toward the stage. The second Taehyung spoke, it was raw, unfiltered, real. Inside the company, managers and PR teams scrambled, not because the moment was negative, but because it was unpredictable. Everything involving Taehyung and Jungkook usually followed a structure, a plan, a polished flow, but this moment, it was emotional, unrehearsed, and impossible to spin. Executives debated, should they release a statement, should they ignore it, should they let the internet run wild? By the end of the night, both Taehyung and Jungkook had gone quiet. Online. No posts. No messages. No clarifications, just silence, a silence that made fans even more desperate to know the truth. Because one thing was clear, the moment at TIRTIR was not the end of the story. It was only the beginning, and whatever comes next might shake the internet even more than the first moment did.